Michael DeGroote became one of Canada's richest men with shrewd investing of the fortune he amassed in the trucking business. Now he is honored for his philanthropy with the Order of Canada and the Michael DeGroote School of Business, the DeGroote School of Medicine, and the DeGroote Pain Clinic at McMaster University. In 2011, he decided to invest over $100 million in a chain of casinos in the Dominican Republic operated by two Canadian brothers, Francesco and Antonio Carbone of Woodbridge, Ontario. He decided to overlook the Carbone's gun possession convictions in his desire for quick profits. Before long, DeGroote decided the Carbones were cheating him and wanted his money back. He first turned to the courts, and then his underlings took increasingly desperate measures. They sought help from the infamous feared Montreal Mafia godfather Vito Rizzuto, who also had property and businesses in the Dominican Republic, and who at the time had just been released from years in jail on a U.S. murder charge. When our first investigation aired 5 years ago, Mr. DeGroote denied that he was complicit in members of organized crime becoming involved in any of his business affairs, and claimed that he has never met Mr. Rizzuto, has never spoken to him, and has never had any association with him of any kind. New evidence suggests that was not the truth.
You can record my conversation with you.
Well, it's being recorded by both of us.
Okay, perfect.
Audio tape evidence just submitted in the Ontario court battle over the business dispute provides an astonishing portrait of how even a billionaire can be drawn into organized crime.
Somehow Rizzuto's been giving you money. How much money you got from him?
No, this is with the lawyers and police chiefs. $450,000.
In the tape of a strategy meeting with his trusted advisors, including Dream Casino president Andrew Pajak and executive Ed Krambluski, DeGroote agrees to make an initial payment of $450,000 to Mafia godfather Rizzuto for services the DeGroote team had requested in the Dominican Republic, including bribes to Dominican government officials and judges.
You know what the fees for paying judges? Unbelievable. And you have to bid.
I'm going to die here on my couch. Liquidate them and pay these guys $450,000. That's the first money you get your hands on it. Make sure $450,000 gets paid to these guys.
DeGroote and his executive team, including James Watt, speculate on the advantages that will come with a business partnership with Vito Rizzuto, and even the potential murder of their opponents, the Carbones.
So we have to make a decision. And not you, Mike. But we still have the Carbones to deal with. They said they'll deal with the Carbones because the Carbones will never be allowed into the country. Right? So.
Yeah. They're going to kill him. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Carbones won't go for that.
They're going to be dead. They don't have much choice in the matter.
I don't think they're going to have any choice after a while.
Okay. You're going to have to mute Jim for a bit.
In another room, DeGroote's closest longtime advisor, James Watt, pulls him aside and pleads with him to come to his senses and not get into a partnership with Vito Rizzuto.
You know,
That's what we do now.
you're not getting into the bed with the mob. You can't do it. Imagine taking this conversation to your kids or grandkids, because it never ends there. These guys aren't doing this because they're nice guys.
I also can't tell them I'm not getting in bed with them because then I'm coming to target.
That's, well, it's not from one side of the mob, it's the other side. At some point in time, the mob will deal with your side of the family.
And see, they become the shareholders. I'm just a debtor.
You can't get into bed with the mob, directly or indirectly. You were in the toughest business that there is, trucking and garbage, and you stayed away from them, I think for a reason.
I'm not getting in bed with the mob. The shareholders are getting in bed with the
Mike,
mob.
no, you're rationalizing.
Yeah, but if I say no, I got a gun to my head anyway.
No, they don't. There's no gun to your head.
In the meeting, DeGroote finally agrees to a partnership with the Mafia boss Rizzuto, but says he does not want the Carbones dead, just thrown in jail.
And they're going to be in jail by the time we're finished, believe me, with all the fraud that they've committed and all the thievery.
They don't have a pleasant life to look forward to.
No question they're going to jail. It's only satisfaction I'm going to get out of it for $100 and something million to get them in jail. That's my goal.
Antonio Carbone did end up in jail. He was arrested in Punta Cana on a dubious charge and has spent the last 5 years in Dominican prisons. We visited him there in 2017.
The lead investigator in the case is currently under house arrest, which is Isidro Vázquez Peña, for corruption. And the judge who sentenced me to 1 year prisión preventiva is Margarita Cruz do Cristo, which 3 weeks ago was fired and removed from her position as a judge for corruption.
I've gotten threats personally. So.
Have you? Meanwhile, Carbone loyalists decided to fight fire with fire. DeGroote executive Ed Krumbluski's son's house in Toronto was targeted with gunshots from a passing car.
They're not going to go through his house anymore. They're going to go through his fucking head.
Why are you threatening me? We can't even do anything.
And then he received this threatening phone call from Mike Razzo, who has family associations with the Carbones and Toronto biker gangs. The Carbones say they had nothing to do with it.
You live in the Dominican Republic, but your family is not. How the fuck are you able to protect them from where you are? And obviously, police don't scare us. We don't care. So, do you want to be the cause of bad things that happen to your family? Because I'll tell you what, I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm not going to kill a single person. But I'm going to break fingers. I'm going to break toes. I'm going to cut their thighs. I'm going to cut their eyebrows. I'm going to cut their lips off their face. I'm going to do all these very terrible things because this is what torture is. Please. I'm being a very, very, very respectful man to you. And I'm saying please. Get rid of these charges tomorrow. At 5 p.m., the charges are not gone. Bad things are going to happen. And I'm going to come down there. And when I come down there, I'm going to come and get you. But I'm not going to kill you. I'll dismember you.
Mike Razzo pled guilty for the threats against DeGroote executive Ed Krumbluski, but claims the audio was doctored. The infamous Montreal Mafia godfather Vito Rizzuto died of cancer in 2013, shortly after his business dealings with Michael DeGroote. Michael DeGroote's family applied to the court to have him declared incompetent due to dementia, and the court accepted. When we asked DeGroote's lawyers about the tapes, they said any suggestion DeGroote tried to subvert justice or counsel violence is inaccurate. They continued to insist Mr. DeGroote had no association with Mafia godfather Rizzuto. Almost 10 years after Michael DeGroote foolishly invested over $100 million in Dominican casinos, his family is still fighting in Ontario court to get the money back. Terrence McKenna, CBC News, Toronto.